Alrighty guys, we're back for some zero rare green, and this is a Wilds of Eldraine Standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that relatively new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? 25 forests. Why though? Because we're rocking Blanchwood Armor, dude. This is a 3-mana enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. So we kind of sort of want to play a forest every turn, so that way Blanchwood Armor gets disgusting really fast. There's a lot of great targets to slap this on, like Gingerbrute, a reprint from Wilds of Eldraine. It's a 1-mana 1/1 with haste. You can pay 1 mana. Gingerbrute can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste, so hopefully slapping a Blanchwood Armor on the Gingerbrute can successfully get Gingerbrute to the face for just a serious amount of damage a couple turns in a row, and maybe we win. Who knows, right? Also got that bottom ability where you can pay 2, tap it, sack it, you gain 3 life. It's got that basic food ability on it, right? Gingerbrute happens to be excellent. Look at that, only a common. Nice. So we got Toadstool Admirer here. It's a 1-mana 1/1 with Ward 2. Beautiful. And then it also has another ability. It doesn't even matter, dude. I'd play this in here if it was just a 1/1 with Ward 2 regardless. It's a common as well, so. But yeah, another ability for 3 and a green. Put a +1/+1 counter on Toadstool Admirer. I don't know how often that's going to come into play in this deck in particular, but honestly, dude, you never know. And with 25 mana, we'll probably get to 4 easily, so. Got 4 royal treatments here. 1-mana instant speed. Target creature you control gets hexproof until end of turn. Create a royal roll token attached to that creature. That royal roll is an aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has ward 1. This is going to be excellent to protect that Gingerbrute. Outside of that, the wards do end up stacking, so if you have to like protect the Admirer, I'll tell you what, dude, if the opponent already paid the ward 2 and then you just slap a royal treatment on it, now it also has ward 1, so the opponent would have to pay 3, right? So that could be really good, actually. And all these, like the ward is so good to slap the aura cards onto too, which we do have more auras packed in here past the Blanchwood. We'll get to those in just a second. It's worth noting that that royal roll, yeah, it is a token enchantment aura. So yeah, just note that for now, right? More auras. We got all 4 Audacities. Just a terrific card all around, huh? Now, when it's put into the graveyard, you draw a card too, which is going to be pretty important. We don't have too many ways to draw cards in here, but I did try my best to add some because I do think our hand is going to fizzle out often. I think we're going to be slamming stuff all the time, run out of cards in hand. So hopefully we can keep our hand nice and stocked. And when the opponent does find enough mana to spot remove some of our ward creatures, then at least maybe we'll draw a card off of the Audacity hitting the grave. Now we have Gaea's Gift, more ways to protect our creatures. Gaea's Gift is also just a common, man. So 2 mana instant speed, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That can be excellent, especially if you're protecting Gingerbrute with this, because any counters on Gingerbrute happens to be excellent, dude. Being able to slip that extra damage through every turn is good. Now, it gains Reach, Trample, Hexproof, and Indestructible until end of turn. So just an excellent piece of protection. The Reach comes into play, the Trample comes into play even more often. You know, Blanchwood Armor doesn't give Trample, so you might have a really chunky Toadstool Admirer without Trample, and so that's one of the reasons to play all 4 Gaea's Gift. Giving that Trample is huge, and yeah, just more protection between the royal treatments and the Gaea's Gifts and the ward on the Toadstool Admirer. The opponent's probably going to be pretty annoyed that they can't remove our creatures as easily as all the other decks right now, right? So we have 4 Tomakul Honor Guards. I don't know how to pronounce that first part, but oh well. It's a 2-mana 3/1 with Ward 2. Nice. Same concept as the Toadstool Admirer, dude. Ward 2 is just good, man. I tell you what, if you go turn 1, Toadstool Admirer, the opponent can't successfully spot remove this for a couple turns, man. Turn 2, Honor Guard, the opponent can't successfully spot remove this for a couple turns, so there's a really good chance that you're going to be untapping with extra protection spells in your hand, or just being able to slam enchantments down early on, like taking the equation out of cut down, for example, by dropping a turn 3 Blanchwood Armor on the Honor Guard is actually just pretty disgusting, man. So yeah, what else do we got packed in here? Tanglespan Lookout's a 3 mana, 2/3. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Yep, this is one of our ways to draw a card. Unfortunately, it has a huge target on its back, but hey, more reasons to have all those protection spells with the Gaia's Gift or the Royal Treatment. Maybe we don't play this on 3 too often as much as we do 4, keep a Royal Treatment open or something, right? That being said, playing this down and having a huge target on its back might mean that the opponent just doesn't want to pay the extra mana to remove one of our other earlier creatures anyways, so maybe they do get away with some extra auras in the mid game, so you never know, man. I like this card. Sweet. Have Historian's Wisdom here, and just another way to hopefully restock our hand, and it's another aura too, so 3 mana, enchant, artifact, or creature. In this deck, it's going to be a creature. When it enters the battlefield, if enchanted permanent is a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, draw a card. So it replaces itself if your creature is chunky. Okay. And then enchanted creature has +2/+1. So not the greatest buffs, but maybe replacing itself makes it worth the one of. We'll see, we'll see. There's a lot of other one ofs we could consider outside of the Historian's Wisdom, but I just wanted to give this one a shot first. Already went over the Blanchwood Armor. On the top end here, Crystal Carapace is a 4 mana aura, enchanted creature, gets +3/+3, and has Ward 2. Nice. Also has the cycling ability here for 2 mana. You can just cycle this out, discard it, and draw a card. Okay, not bad. It's really not a bad top end at all. It's also a common. Nice. Dropping this again on like an honor guard, giving that extra ward, it stacks, dude. And then maybe your honor guard's getting even more stacked with like the royal treatment aura as well. So it has the ward 1, maybe give it another ward 2. The opponent would have to pay like an extra 5 mana to spot remove the honor guard at that point. And the same concept with the Toadstool Admirer with the ward 2 as well. So I feel like this one might actually be relatively annoying to go up against, right? 25 land. We got some honorable mentions here. So first of all, Tamiyo Safekeeping almost made the cut. Maybe it should be 1 Tamiyo Safekeeping instead of the Historian's Wisdom. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to try out this card, but that's definitely something to consider. More protection could go a long way. What about leaning into Patchwork, having more ward abilities? Gingerbrute's an artifact. Not this time round, though, and the same concept with Thran Power Suit. If we did go the Patchwork route, Thran Power Suit could be a really cool artifact to include for that route, right? The artifact route of things. So Curse of the Werefox is a new one. Creating a monster roll could be pretty sweet, right? And then whenever you do, that creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Being 3 mana, though, I don't know if that's the type of removal we want in the deck, but it's in the honorable mentions for a reason. It is only a common, and also the monster roll gives trample too, and like I said, that trample is really going to be important, so definitely something to consider. Maybe this should be the one of instead of the Historian's Wisdom, right? Hexbane Tortoise almost made the cut, not this time round. Redtooth, whatever that is, genealogist. It's a 3 mana, 2/3. But at ETBs, you get that Royal Roll token, so more ways to give, Ward 1, and then the auras entering 2. Just a card to think about, but you can't put that Royal Roll on itself, so that's why it didn't make the cut. But it's another common, too, so another budget card for the list. Like I always say, honorable mentions for a reason. So yeah, it does say another target creature, so... Ferocious Werefox almost made the list because the adventure is instant speed. You can create that monster token, or monster roll token, right? More ways to give trample. Eventually, you can play this out as a creature in and of itself, which could be good. Yep, seems fine. And then I wanted to bring up Who Endures. This is a rare, and I actually don't know if it would be worth even putting into the mana base anyways. And I thought about some upgrades for this build. I can't think of anything. I don't know what this deck would actually want that is rare or mythic. I really can't think of any upgrades, guys. If you guys can think of any upgrades, let me know in the comments, because I think that this style of mono green doesn't have any rares or mythics that it actually wants in the list. The only one I could think of is the Who Endures, and even then, if you add this, now if this is one of the lands that you have to play, it doesn't work with the Blanchwood Armor because it's not a forest. So I don't even know if it wants this either. So yeah, something to think about. I'm super interested to know or see if you guys have any ideas for upgrades for this list, if you wanted to add rares to it. So either way, guys, enough rambling, This one took me a while to go over, just like the last one. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first game, guys. Took like 1 second, maybe. What am I expecting from the build? I think for... Oh, okay, we'll give this a shot, right? Because we have a creature and a way to protect it, and that creature probably doesn't die for the first couple turns anyways. Oh, Gingerbrute, nice. Anyways, what am I expecting from the build? I'm expecting a little bit, man, but we always have to think that it's going to be jank for budget lists, right? Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. But you never know. You never know, dude. Maybe it's going to be decent. With how much spot removal's packed into standard, all this ward is going to be nasty. Like, that was probably a go for the throat, right? They couldn't target anything. No, I think it still would have stuck for go for the throat because they had the option of targeting the honor guard. They just would have had to pay the ward cost. Audacity is excellent. Probably slap that onto the Gingerbrute since we have protection for the brute. We keep protection over the extra damage here. Uh-oh, opponent, did you miss a land? Uh-oh, guys. They really want to see a land here. Oh, those are good blockers, though. Oh, and they gained 4. Maybe we use a royal... Maybe they don't double block the honor guard and we can do it that way. No, that doesn't seem good. I should have kept the honor guard back. They do end up double blocking. Oh. Yeah, they can't block the Gingerbrute. Those don't have haste. Okay, I don't know if this is good, but we still have another royal treatment. So, and next turn, the honor guard can swing because it keeps the royal roll, so it's still at 4-2. So without like another revelry, they didn't see the mana. Well, that kind of sucks. I mean, hey, GG opponent. I'm glad we got the victory, but I would have loved to play it out, right? We can kind of see just how powerful just the simple lineup was. We had 2 royal treatments, a Gingerbrute, an honor guard, and Audacity. Just really just simple. Nothing really fancy going on there, but it can still be powerful, especially if the opponent doesn't see their 3rd mana like that, which, yeah, kind of sucks, you know. We play Magic for playing Magic, so... Let's see, if they saw mana a few turns in a row, we had enough protection. If it would have been like a Wandering Emperor or something, like that royal roll, dude, that hexproof is disgusting. I feel like best case scenario for the opponent would have been more of the sunsets. No creature in our opening here. We're gonna have to mulligan, I would say. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Do we go down to 5? I mean, we have plenty of creatures in here. Over 16 creatures, right? I think so. All right, down to 5, and we only see some creatures. We'll ditch the forest because we have 25 of them in here. And you never know, we've actually won the game with 5 before, so... we could get there. Plains. Gingerbrute or Admirer? Let's go Admirer. Just for the sake of having Ward 2, now it survives a couple turns, right? Nothing from the opponent there. Carapace is pretty good. Start with the swing. Honor Guard. Nice, nice. I love Ward, dude. Restoration. Grab a Plains. Got a good swing next turn. Forest off the top would be fine. Audacity is definitely fine. We go Audacity. Definitely a deck that runs spot removal. Okay. was thinking like we could cycle out the Carapace, but I don't think so. I think we'll go Audacity on the Toadstool Admirer, split the damage up, and get some haste on the Gingerbrute. Like, Audacity on the Gingerbrute for this game doesn't feel right, because I'm pretty sure they're just going to use the spot removal immediately on the Gingerbrute then. We would draw off the Audacity, which would be fine, but we're plugging damage through at a decent speed, I would say. Depopulate. Yeah, no, I should have known that was coming. There's our third mana. What's that? Everybody grab a leg? Wait, what? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. How do people get different messages down here? I don't know, I think I just, maybe I wasn't playing Arena at the time whenever they got those messages. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen those before. Ossification, grab the... Well, they could grab either or. They have enough mana here. Toadstool Admirer. Okay. At least we can still slip the Gingerbrute through. And honestly, land off the top wouldn't be bad, but I think we fizzled out after the Depopulate deed. I was feeling pretty good. I should have known it was going to be a board wipe, though. Lay down arms. Yep, yep. There's a mana. Well, I guess we cycle this out and see what we see. Because at this point, I think, oh, okay. I mean, we could could cycle that out too, but oh, they dropped the mic. We'll give them the summertime one. That's how we're feeling right now. Realm Breaker. Oh, is it really as simple as one to populate? Ah, geez. Get a couple draws. Yep, Realm Breaker's an artifact, so they restock their hand nicely and start. Should I cycle out Carapace number 2? Probably, right? At this point, we need to see more creatures, but then how do the creatures actually stick around? Yeah, Lookout's not going to survive. A good draw, though, because now if we see any auras off the top, Audacity, anything, they'll replace themselves. So it's probably a good bet for the opponent to pick that up then, right? So I should have kept the second Gingerbrute back. That one extra damage for them just wiping 3 of our creatures was just, yeah, it wasn't worth it. So keeping that other Gingerbrute back, maybe we could have been poking damage through every turn here with that extra Gingerbrute. I do doubt it, though. I do think they would just have more removal for it when it came time. Alright, I keep this forest in hand for now. Maybe they'll think it's like protection for it or something, right? Maybe. Realm Breaker ability. They grabbed our land. They got rid of a royal treatment and an honor guard. Okay, the royal treatment would have been really good. Way to protect the Lookout and draw a card when the aura enters. So, and no blocks. Surprised they got rid of their Lorna the Third Path there for a deck like this. Alright, they still have that Realm Breaker ability. Hopefully not taking out too many auras from us, man. Hopefully. See what they hit. Oh, Historian's Wisdom would have given +2/+1. We would have had the highest power among creatures, and we would have drawn 2 because Lookout would have drawn 1 too. Oh, man. That would have been sick. Greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, right? Yeah, it gets the buff first, right? The +2/+1. Now I'm second guessing the order that would happen. So looks like a Seat of the Empire turn, huh? What do you guys think? Oh, they're tapping stuff down anyways. I'll get the draw in, I guess. Yeah, for the sake of playing around a Seat of the Empire, we're not going to block anything here. No blocks. Down to 6. Ambitious farmhand, get another plains to hand. They still have the Realm Breaker open too. I wonder if they're using this just for the sake of ramping with land or honor guard. Honestly, not terrible. I'll play the forest now. We might as well, dude. We're gonna die next turn from a full swing. We have blocks potentially. Oh man. See, Gaia's Gift protects against board wipes too, but we wouldn't have had that open regardless of if we seen it. And not all board wipes. It gets Sunfall exiles, so it gets around the indestructible. Oh, I'm sorry, opponent. I was holding you up there. We will drop the fancy GGs and let them swing on in. Archangel Elspeth, they probably just want to give flying to something, right? Like the Architect. Oh, Elspeth Resplendent. Yeah, just give flying to both of them. Brutal looking mono white, guys. I don't see any new cards, and I'm not sure what mono white mid-range would want from the new set right now anyways, but definitely get the blocks in here. Block you, block you. Ow, my face. Jeez, bro. Is it as simple as that one to populate taking us out of the equation? Maybe, maybe. So that's one threat for this budget deck. Board wipes are going to be brutal because they get around the ward anyways. And the only way to get around the board wipes then is giving indestructible. Hopefully they play a board wipe that doesn't exile. So I'll definitely try my best to play around the board wipes for the rest of the day here. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Yeah, the starting hands haven't been great, have they? We don't see more mana. I'm gonna try it. We have a couple turns of actually playing out just 1 mana cards, and since the ward 2 on the Admirer protects it for a couple turns too, I think this is good. I'm gonna get rid of the Lookout. I'm gonna keep the double Blanchwood because I want to try to do something crazy with it, man. Okay, Audacity is gonna come down. Get a little bit of decent damage through. Keeping the double Blanchwood would be really good if we see Forest for the next few turns. Because buffing up this Toadstool Admirer. See, next turn we untap, we'll have Royal Treatment open. If we see a mana, we'll keep the Gaia's Gift open too. Uh-oh, guys. Was it a mulligan hand? Maybe, maybe. But we have 25 land in here, so a really good chance of seeing one off the top here. Almost a 50% chance, because we still have 24 land in the deck. So if they go like cut down, they pay the ward 2, we drop Royal Treatment. Hopeless Nightmare. Okay, we'll get rid of one of the Blanchwood Armors, especially since we're still a couple turns away from even playing them. If we see land off the top for both of them. Okay, it's passing back to us. Beautiful. Admirer sticking around for a turn. There's a Forest, guys. Now we're talking. Down to 11. Dude, I love that this little guy has ward. He can really plug some early damage in, man. And now we have protection open, so all right, go ahead and pay that ward cost, buddy. There you go. Okay, and we'll go ahead and go Royal Treatment. There we go. Good stuff. Blanchwood. No Blanchwood yet. Keep protection open, I suppose. On us down to 7. Okay. Well, opponent drops the 5th mana. Unfortunately, maybe I should have done Gaia's Gift so we could have had double Royal Treatment for this turn. If they have a... No, if they have a way to double down, that Ward 3 is what they have to pay now. Wild, dude. Wild. Wow. What a different ball game this game is compared to the last one. I mean, that Depopulate just did a huge number on us. Sacrifice. No. Good play, opponent. Good play. Yeah, sacrificing and like Liliana and stuff would have been brutal. Now we struggle with keeping a creature on the board for a few turns, probably. I'd be shocked if this doesn't see spot removal. Shieldred. Huh. Huh. Lookout is around, man. Now we're seeing the mana. If we would have seen this a little bit sooner, this doesn't give indestructible. Gaia's Gift does. We could draw with Blanchwood. I think we draw with Blanchwood while we can. Oh, except like, okay, no go for the throw. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, Gaia's Gift. See, if we had a little bit more mana, we could give Trample too. They probably end up blocking there, but now that we have Royal Treatment open, I think we're just going to have to take the extra damage, let them gain some life, and see if we can get that extra piece of Trample through next turn. Because if we see a land off the top, we could go Blanchwood number 2, and then Gaia's Gift whenever they try to remove it or block it. And then it'll have Trample, right? Okay, no blocks. I am concerned about a second Gix's Command, but I think they would have done that first to gain some life. Or double spot removal too. Ashiok. Okay. What do you guys think? They have 1 mana open. We go for maximum damage. Resolve. We go for max damage. We go Royal Treatment for the turn. Okay. Royal Treatment, draw a card. Seeing the mana here would be huge. Blanchwood, okay. Down to 6. Yeah, we gotta go all in, and they want to drop that on a 1/1. Yep, okay. Come on, guys. Come on. Mana. Okay. Down to 4. Blanchwood Armor. Draw. Down to 2. Okay, that's a 13-14, guys. Okay, resolve. And then we give it Trample when it comes time. Swing at the opponent's face. See where they block. Even if they block with all of them, it's 13, and they would only save 4, and it would still be 9 regardless. Oh, plus we get the counter too, but yeah, the extra Trample, dude. Let's go. Let's freaking go. How cool was that game, huh? How proof of concept was that game? We kept a hand with 1 mana too. We got, eventually, we knew like we had 25 land in here, so we knew we were going to be drawing it eventually, and how important was it to see that land when we needed it? Yeah, I mean, the draw on our 3-drop card too? Wow, dude. Oh, I'm so satisfied with that game. Taking out mono black mid-range. It doesn't get much better than that, dude. Taking it out with budget. Oh, man. That's good. It's good stuff. All right. Opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Bring whatever you want. I'm good for the rest of the evening. We want to go up against 5 mono red lists in a row that just absolutely destroy? That's totally fine. Honestly, mono red might struggle against this a little bit with the ward. It might. Honor Guard on 2. Nothing for the opponent on turn 1 here. Start with the swing. Try to be a little bit patient when playing my cards, right? Depending on what color the opponent plays here, if it's green, yeah, we go for Lookout next turn over the Blanchwood. Shigeki blocks well enough, I would say. Block there. It's a good trade for us, right? Right? I think so. They might even just take the 3. Because we have 3 forests open. It could be easy combat trick. Okay, we cheese that through. Lookout on the board. Start drawing cards off of our auras, like our Blanchwood Armor. Have mana open for the Gingerbrute's unblockable, right? Or can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. So it's not technically unblockable, but... Oh no, only 2 mana! No, not this again. Well, I hope the opponent finds their 3rd. They do have Shigeki open, but we're going to activate that Gingerbrute ability. See what we draw. Okay. Activate the Gingerbrute. Can't be blocked by Shigeki. Full swing. Block into Honor Guard is totally fine, dude. That's totally fine. They might activate this ability too. Bounce it back to hand. Oh, Tameo safekeeping. There you go. Gain a couple life too. Honor Guard's gone. Yeah, back up to 10. Not terrible. They need to find a mana though, because Blanchwood #2 on the Gingerbrute. I don't know what they could do against the Gingerbrute. I think it might just end up winning the game here. Yeah, they don't have haste. They would have needed a creature with haste. Dude. I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. GG opponent. Now, they did miss a land drop last turn, but wow, is the deck just really showcasing itself here, man. This is wild, man. This is a wild time. I'm having a good time. Our biggest threat, of course, it's gotta be the board wipes, man. But so maybe if we see an opponent playing with some board wipes, we can do better to play around it. Which makes a strong case for at least a one of Tameo safekeeping again too, because that also gives indestructible. A little bit of life gain is always good against mono red as well, but I don't know, maybe the card draw on that one aura is still worth the one of. We really don't know. Cycling on the Carapace, couple royal treatments is good, but no creatures is pretty bad. We go first too. Okay, we're gonna mulligan. I think that's a mulligan hand. Much better, right? Question is, do we send one of the Gingerbrutes or do we send a mana? I think we send a mana. Same concept, man, that I've been bringing up all day today. We have 25 land in here. So there's like always a really good chance of seeing just more off the top. Sleeper, okay. I wouldn't mind a trade into Gingerbrute here. Keep the one open too. We might just cheese these through. Yeah, because it could be protection and then they would lose the sleeper. Third mana, based on those colors, it's probably not going to be Lookout. We might go right into Blanchwood. Well, no. Well, it depends. Blanchwood, they just cut down a Gingerbrute immediately. Maybe it is Lookout. Especially since we have 2 auras in hand. They could activate the Sleeper's ability. 1 Gingerbrute dies. Okay, no attacks, drop the Lookout. I don't want to lose any Gingerbrutes yet. I guess Lookout also gets cut down. Wow, they didn't activate the Sleeper ability? They didn't get that up to a 2/2? Last turn, did they not have the mana open and I wasn't paying attention? I would have sworn they had the mana open there. There they go, they activate it with the Celestis this turn. Okay. Forest is good. Audacity. Blanchwood, draw a card off of Lookout. This doesn't have Death Touch yet. So we could just go Audacity, draw another card. And do it that way, right? Restocking our hand nicely, getting a good swing here. Too bad we don't have the Royal Treatment open. But drawing all those extra cards was really good. And Go for the Throat doesn't hit Gingerbrute, so... Sheoldred, beautiful. That's good for the opponent. Question is, can we just win next turn? I guess the answer is yes, because we have 8 with the Gingerbrute. This is wild, dude. So just activate the Gingerbrute ability. Oh, they do have this Celestis open, so I'm gonna fully play this out, man. Activate both the Gingerbrutes. Sheoldred doesn't have haste or anything. 9 damage and protection open with the Royal Treatment. Is it just gonna be the 9? I don't know what 1 mana would gain them life or anything, but either way, we wanted to completely play that out. Guys, are we on a roll right now? What's going on, dude? What's going on? I still can't think of any upgrades for the deck either. I don't know what you would possibly want that's rare or mythic. I really don't. It's just... 34 minutes in, guys. As much as I'd love to end on a high note, we totally have time for one more game, and then we'll talk about the list. Having an amazing time with this deck so far, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man. In the last video I recorded, it was Jund, and I thought that Jund list was going to be excellent, but I felt like we got just a little bit unlucky here and there in that list. And this one, I feel like we're getting pretty lucky instead, so it's the exact opposite. I gotta be more careful when I'm dropping words like lucky and unlucky. A few videos back, like last week, I meant to say that we got pretty lucky, and I said we got pretty unlucky, and it just seemed pretty silly. Keep protection open here. I'm gonna keep the Gaea's Gift open based on their colors over there, guys. An Audacity is better to hit the board when Lookout's down, so we draw. Beautiful, beautiful. Go ahead and protect that Gingerbrute. Extra counters on it is good too. It's gonna be Lookout over extra damage now, because now that we have two creatures they want to remove, it's probably going to be Lookout over the Gingerbrute, right? So the next turn we have Lookout and Audacity. Infernal Grasp. One plane's open. Hopefully, okay, not more removal. That's good. Lookout. Audacity on the Gingerbrute. Both of them have a huge target on their back. Royal Treatment. It's too bad we don't have that open right now, but yeah, good draw. Not a bad draw at all, dude. Not a bad draw at all. Tenacious Underdog as a blocker. Doesn't block the Brute, though. Blocks the Lookout really well. We could go for the draw if we wanted to get more damage through. I think just keeping the protection open is much better here, though, against this deck. Also could be pushing lethal damage next turn if I would have played Royal Treatment this turn, but yeah, no, keeping the protection open versus what we're seeing, much, much better. Oh, a blue source. I wonder what the opponent's playing here. Okay, we'll just take the 3. This must be a Wandering Emperor turn, right? Wandering Emperor. Let's see it, opponent. Let's see it, buddy. I kind of feel bad. The deck is, like, performing, dude. Draw card. That misses. Draw. Gingerbrute. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm playing it out. I'm sorry, buddy. It's too fun. It's too fun, man. Swing on in. I won't take time to play the forest, though. Good game, buddy. Good game. What on earth? What on earth, dude? Again, are we getting lucky? Are we? We might be. Like, it took them a while to see the blue source, but, like, I don't know. They didn't really need it here, which is probably why they kept the hand. They didn't really play too much outside the double Infernal Grasp, which happened to just work out in our favor. The 2 protection spells doing a thing. Dude, the Lookout, keeping our hand stocked. Wow, dude. Holy cow. Dude, let's go talk about this list again, huh? I'd say that is ending on a high note. All right. 0 rare. Oh my. Oh my goodness. This did a thing today, guys. Can we rank up with this? maybe, dude. I'm so happy. I'm so satisfied with how the list turned out. Again, I don't know what we would upgrade, but hey, maybe we got lucky today too. More testing required for sure. If you try out the list, you gotta let me know how it goes, right? You could see there were a lot of little decisions on when to keep cards open, when to keep protection spells ready, when to push for damage, when not to. All relatively easy decisions. I would not call this deck list difficult to run by any means. I'd say we had a lot of easy decisions. Although today I feel like we made a lot of the correct decisions, right? Historian's Wisdom, that's like the one card. If you're like, if you need more protection, you could drop this, go up a Tameo Safekeeping, right? That could totally work easily. easy trade out, right? But at the same time, I do like that it has the potential to replace itself, which could be really important. That being said, it's probably a janky pick for the build regardless. I just really wanted to try it out today. That being said, guys, the 25 forest, I still don't even know if we would want to upgrade the deck by dropping a forest and going up a Who Endures. I don't think so. I mean, I guess you could, right? You totally could if you have the Who Endures. It'll slow down Blanchwood a little bit, but not much, right? Just some games it'll slow it down, and maybe we end up using that Who Endures to actually remove something from the opponent more often than not. So that would be the one upgrade. That's the only thing I could think of, and I don't even know if it's actually a true upgrade or not. That being said, guys, let's go ahead, separate the commons from the uncommons here to see how budget the list actually is. Oops. There we go, guys. There we go. Toadstool Admirers, common. Gingerbrute, common. Gaea's Gift, common. Honor Guard, common. 2 Crystal Carapace, also common. And then the uncommons are pretty important, though. Audacity, Royal Treatment, wow, very important cards in the list, right? Blanchwood Armor is uncommon, as well as the Tanglespan Lookout. Wait a minute. There we go. That's a better way of seeing it, right? So we got 18 commons and then 17 uncommons, so almost an even split between the two. I really enjoyed the list, guys. If you guys can't tell, right, I sound like a broken record at this point. What else could I possibly say? Like, the Lookout really did a thing today. Somehow it didn't just always die. There were moments where we actually wanted to wait till we had more mana on the board so we could successfully protect this. And when you are protecting this with the Royal Treatment, then you get that draw from the aura, which is just disgusting on so many levels. The Trample on Audacity and the Trample on Gaea's Gift both came into play. Very, very important cards in the list, guys. I think the Trample is so excellent on the Gaea's Gift. I wouldn't drop down any of these, but I guess if you had a different idea for what kind of protection spells, like sometimes you really need 1 mana protection spells, I still just think that the Trample really is that important on this. The ward on the Toadstool Admirer, the ward on the Honor Guard is disgusting. The fact that Go for the Throat doesn't hit Gingerbrute, I mean, that had to have come into play multiple times today, because Go for the Throat's like the main piece of removal that people play. That last list, we saw them playing Infernal Grasp, and I totally get that, opponent. We are seeing a huge uptick in artifact creatures that are problematic, and Gingerbrute's one of them, especially when you drop that Blanchwood Armor on it, dude. Woo, buddy. And yeah, for some reason, I'm second guessing myself right now with the Historian's Wisdom, right? So you get that extra card draw whenever it enters if that creature that you attached it to has the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield. Then you would get a chance to draw a card. It does get the +2/+1 first, and then it calculates if it's the highest power, right? Like, for some reason, I'm second guessing myself there. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, it gets +2/+1, then it checks to see if it's the highest power, then you would draw a card. I don't know, like, I wish we would have actually seen it come into play today, because I'm just second guessing that right now for some reason. And I don't know why. Either way, guys, hey, enough rambling, huh? I hope you enjoyed the list as much as I did. Just really, really fun, man. Wow. Okay, hey, if you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.